Joining me in the room podcast is no stranger. We have Richie Santiago, 8-2 pro MMA fighter, heading to Miami, Florida on February 12th to fight for Titan FC. Richie, finally, it's here, man. Welcome to the show once again. How you feeling, brother, about the opportunity?
What's up? I'm back. It's been a whole year. I can't wait. Yeah, it feels great. I mean, like you said, last year fought January 2020, was supposed to fight again in April, didn't happen. And then just a year of just kind of waiting on the sidelines and not knowing what's going to happen. And it sucks having to wait, but because my whole plan for 2020 was to just go hard and just win as many fights as possible and get back to the contender series, but that didn't happen. So we're starting off 2021 pretty good here. So I'm excited for the opportunity. It's actually kind of funny because going into 2021, I had this mindset like I'm gonna be fighting January or February, like it's gonna happen. So I just kind of flipped the switch on myself, as soon as 2021 started, and I've been training hard, and then I pretty much hit up all the promotions. I hit up Titan FC, I hit up CFFC. Who else was out there? XFC. I hit them all up, and the only guys who were able to match me up was Titan FC. So I said, hey, I was just gonna take whatever I could get.
Yeah.
So I said yes as soon as they offered the fight, and here we are.
Well, not a bad promotion to settle in with, bro. I mean, they got a huge following on social media. They are on Fight Pass, which you will be on Fight Pass, man. So no stranger to that. And kudos to that, man. First fight back, basically no fault of your own. Like you said, you had that big fight in 2020, coming back actually after an injury and coming off the contender series and having a little injury and rehab. And then you get back in the cage. Have a great second round finish, and the ball's rolling. You're going to have a title shot for CES, who you've been fighting for your whole pro career. That falls through because of COVID. Here we are, man. Has anything changed as far as Richie and your approach to the game? Like, what have you picked up new in COVID? Because you've had a while to prepare for this, this fight coming, man.
Yeah, obviously COVID, it hit everybody, especially the whole, the whole fitness industry got hit hard. Gyms got shut down. People, we weren't sure, like, when are we going to be able to train again? Tri-Force was shut down, Lausanne's was shut down. So it was kind of a little while where there was nothing going on and we couldn't even train. But we got right back at it. Tri-Force opened back up, and I've been at Tri-Force mostly pretty much through the pandemic. I've been able to train as much as possible. I haven't been up to Lausanne's as much, just because, crossing the different, trying to be COVID safe. We're not supposed to cross the different, stay with the same people. So I've been with Tri-Force pretty much through the pandemic, and I've been able to train and pick up things and just kind of focus on getting better without having to train for a specific fight, which is always nice. I personally, it always motivates me more if I have a fight coming up. But when I don't have a fight, I'm just kind of training just because, I kind of see that, what, even if I don't have a fight, I love training. I love fighting. I'm going to do it regardless. So, it was nice to do that.
Yeah, talking to some of your training partners and, of course, other fighters around. I mean, getting ready for a fight, you're not getting better at, you're specifically getting ready for that fight and that opponent and a game plan. Like you said, when you're training and you're just training hard, you're learning a lot. You're able to experiment and dip on different things. So, that helps a lot with your training, man. So as far as this fight, brother, you're heading to Florida. There will be fans in attendance, I would imagine.
What was that?
There will be fans in attendance in Florida, I imagine.
Yeah, they are. So it's at a hotel in like a ballroom. So it's a small crowd, but they're definitely doing a crowd.
Excellent, man. Well, how's that feel? I mean, you're used to fighting in front of a big crowd, usually at home fighting. in front of Richie's crowd at CES, but now you're heading to Florida. Even though it's a small crowd, how's it feel to go somewhere else? I mean, I know you did fight for the UFC, but that was something different in the Contender Series. But now you're going to fight in someone else's ballpark, I would say, with a few of their fans behind them. How's it feel to do that and head out of town?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Besides my Contender fight, I've never flown in for a fight. Like I've always been the hometown guy. I've always been, the guy that someone has to come fight. I've never, gone to someone's hometown. My opponent is from Miami, apparently. So, his crowd's going to be there, his fans. I think I might have a few people come out. I have like a few family members flying in, but he's definitely going to have the crowd on his side. So it's gonna be a little different.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna matter. Whether it's a small crowd, no crowd. I fought with no crowd
Yeah.
in the Contender Series. It didn't affect me. So, if I'm going into a crowd and they're booing me, I'm totally prepared for that.
Well, brother, you're going into Alberto Montez's backyard. A young dude here, not that you're not young, but a 26-year-old kid, fairly young in the game. He's only 4-0 as far as I could see from, his Tapology and researching on him. Pretty athletic kid, seems to have that kind of karate base. He switches stances very quick in and out. How you thinking about this fight and how did this matchup? Like, was there names thrown at you, or was your name thrown at this kid since you're heading to his ballpark?
Yeah. So I guess this name they just kind of gave me this name right off the bat. I had contacted the matchmaker at Titan FC and I told him, hey, like, let me know, I'm looking for a fight 135. And a few days later he came back to me with this name, Alberto Montez. He said, hey, look this guy up, tell me what you think. So I looked him up, saw 4-0. And I'm like, all right, 4-0 versus 8-2, that looks pretty good on me. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it, send it. But yeah, so Alberto's, he's a tough guy. There's not a ton of tape on him. I guess he's from Venezuela,
Yeah.
so he has some fights out in Venezuela. So it's hard to find tape on that type of stuff. But I've seen one of his fights, and like you said, he's very dynamic. He's probably got like a karate background or something. He's very flashy. But I think I have the perfect style to kind of walk through that because my style is not flashy. I come at you and I throw straight punches, I throw hooks, and I'm always looking if it goes to the ground, it goes to the ground. But for the most part, I'm throwing heat at him. And if he's going to be trying to throw spinning kicks and big looping punches, I'm going to be throwing straight punches right down at his chin.
Well, Richie, following you your whole career, basically through your AMI to your pro and up to till now, watching, the limited amount we get to see on this gentleman, watching his, his grappling or just his cage work and stuff, man, what do he's not very effective off the cage watching, his grind there. It seems that, in my eyes, watching you, that's somewhere, not only getting to the cage, but taking him down, I think you have a very big advantage there. Like you said, we don't have much tape on him, but what I see from his last fight, he's not very effective, against the cage and doing that, that real work there.
Yeah, if like I said, I think if I every fight starts standing, so I plan on striking with him. But like you said, I think I really do have the advantage here on the ground for sure. Like if I get on top of this guy, he might be screwed. It might be a short night for him. But I'm not overlooking him.
Yeah.
He's obviously undefeated for a reason. So I'm prepared for anything. If it goes to the ground, I'll go for it. If he tries to take me down, I'll be ready for that. I don't think he's gonna try to take me down. You take one look at my record and you see all the submissions and all the rear naked chokes, and it's like, well, obviously you don't want to go to the ground with that guy. But so, we'll see what happens. I always say, every fight is just action reaction. I'm gonna see what he does, and then I'll do something. And then when I do something, he's gonna do something. So we'll figure it out.
Well, looking at him, it looks like a fun fight. It looks like a great matchup. He looks like a fun competitor. He's very quick in there, and someone that looks like that will give you that work in the stand up and put a lot of eyes on you. At Fight Pass and in Florida in the stands, man. So last thing, brother, before I let you go, who is heading down with you, and when you ready to? I mean, it's the 12th, so we're about a little less than 2 weeks away. When you head down, and who's heading down with you?
Yeah, so the fight's next Friday, the 12th. Flying out the 10th, that Wednesday. So my manager, Mike Polver, who's, he's been with me through thick and thin, he's coming with me. And then I'm working on hopefully one of my main training partners and, kind of one of my coaches too is Nate Andrews. He cornered me in my last fight. So hopefully I'll have him coming down with me. So the Tri-Force gang plus, my manager, so we'll be good to go. So it should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Miami. Yeah. I mean, come on, I can't say no to that.
Yeah.
So,
it's gonna be awesome. Week after the Super Bowl, hopefully the place is cleaned up by the time you get there. You know what I mean? But I'm sure it will be. But you know what I mean? People will be ready for MMA. New England will be ready for MMA, Richie. Even though you're not fighting in the area, you're still going to be there fighting and, representing New England. And we're going to be able to watch you on Fight Pass, and we're going to be friggin' cheering the hell out of you, brother. Because it's been just a little over a year, and man, we can't wait for it, bro. So last thing, Richie, shout out social media, any sponsors, and last words before I let you go.
Yeah, big shout outs to my team, Tri-Force. I've been with them for the past few years now. We've been training through the pandemic. We're just getting better and better. Big shout out to my girlfriend who's back there working, and, shout out to my manager, Mike Polver, who's coming with me to Miami. He's going to be helping me with the weight cut. My sponsor, as always, Jeff Gates. I think he's making the trip down, too. Awesome. So hopefully that will be good. And, catch me on Fight Pass, February 12th. It's on Fight Pass. There's no excuse why you can't watch it. So
exactly, man.
Hopefully everybody back home will be watching it.
Definitely, brother. And I'm sure we'll have an article ready to go out from you about you from NewEnglandMMA.org. Travis will be ready to get it out right before you're ready to hit them scales, brother. So, dude, thanks for coming on, man, and congratulations getting back there in the cage. And, man, we're all rooting for you, brother. We want to see what's next for you in 2021. It's a big year to come out, man, and you're coming out in the beginning of it. So congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Can't wait. Thanks for having me, as always.
All right, man.